This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25.
Hello everyone, welcome back as we're ready to get started for the second game. Silver Spoon and Paintbrush here back with us again as we're ready for Game 2 of Night 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports of Game 4. And now this time, the moment you've been waiting for, it's the last part of the game, or second to last, if Game 5 necessary. If the Jets tie the series, they'll be heading back to Winnipeg for Game number 5. It's the Jets and the Stars as they're ready to kick things on. Now here is what we got. Dallas Stars is one of the big better teams, and formerly the American team played in Texas. And the other side is Team Canada of Winnipeg Jets in Winnipeg, right next to Alberta. And now for this point, we'll see what happens with this. If the Winnipeg Jets wins the game, they'll be moving on to Game 5 for the sudden death until one team moves on to the conference finals and the other one loses and end their season. If Dallas Stars wins, then they're going to be moving on to the next round to shut down the Jets. Will the Stars win it all, or will the Jets tie the series? My next commentator and partners I have is Son of Beast. He's also, along with Clover, back with us here again. And of course, Wood Spoonie will be the next one to take. And Ultra Beast is the center ice on the court, right behind the benches. Let's see who takes it in to find out who makes this win. Now let's get preparing things in. Jets, Stars, next on EA Sports. We'll see you all later, everybody, after the post-game show. As we'll wait after the game, and the post-game show will be the next one on its way. Let's hope there is a great one for the best. See you later. Enjoy the game, everybody. Game 2 of 4, ready to start in Dallas, Texas. Big matchup is on. Hello everybody, I'm Son of Beast and I'm here on my broadcast partner with Clover and with Spoonie. This is NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports. Here we go as we're ready to prepare things on for Game 4 in Texas. Starting off is Kyle Connor. He will make a smoothing range in. And Johnston with a rebound. As right now near the goalpost will be Jake Ottinger, the starting goaltender for the Dallas Stars. And the other side is Connor Hellebuck. A lot of great action plays here. So far, the Jets already won the last game as they already cut their series down with no shutout series as they join in on the board with a 2-1 lead series over Dallas Stars to take things in. Let's find out and see what they do in Game 4. Start off with Lindell. He will send it over to Harley. Looks over to Rupens. Hence finds Lindell. Lindell passed to Hintz. Fires a shot. Save made by Connor Hellebuck. The rebound by Lindell, and he'll give it over to Harley again to Hintz. Gets over to Lindell with the shot. He denied that effort here. This will stop the play with only 19:04 remaining in the first period. Now for some thoughts about Connor Hellebuck, he's one of the big American goaltenders that he played for by the Four Nations Face-Off. And the last time he definitely did with Jake Ottinger, they both played it for the American part of the team of the series of the game. How does it really take in for Connor Hellebuck to get these shots?
Well, I might say that Connor Hellebuck is really doing so well. I mean, pressure does happen. You know, the key rate is really turning with everything. What you mentioned before was you really have to play confident feelings to go without emotions. Sometimes you just really play for it and you know what's going to happen. The Dallas Stars have been one of the better teams in the South. This is part of Texas hockey that they ever been playing before. We never know how they were going to do it. We're probably going to have to try to keep it all the time.
Indeed so. I always agree with Clover, and definitely what they say now is Connor Hellebuck and Jake Ottinger. These are the only two guys in the matchup that we are looking at from here. There's one take that they have, but there's one of them that will try to change everything. Let's hope it is one of the great takes. Now here's Duchesne now finding to Matthew Dumba as he rolls it back over to Liam Bichelle. Give the puck over to Dumba. Nikolai Ehlers gives that out. Duchesne takes over, now back into the Jets territory. Right over to Miguel Granlund. Miguel Granlund again to Dumba. Here's one timer for Jamie Benn. This is up high and above the net and rebounded by the Jets. And now this will swing it to Sandberg. The rebound by the Stars. Bichelle takes in. Pass broken up as Ehlers with the rebound. Winnipeg's back in offense zone in the Dallas territory. Makes its way across around the net. Now Duchesne will have it and finds it over to Matthew Dumba. Matthew Dumba looking in. Finds a pass to Jamie Benn. What a save by Connor Hellebuck. Oh, he really got a pressure afterwards. That cutting motion was going to almost blank him out. Rasmus Kupari right in toward the Niederreiter shot. Save made by Jake Ottinger. Appleton's right toward the wing. He'll set to Sandberg. Shots blocked by Johnston. Glove save by Ottinger. Harley will swing it over to Dumba, and the Stars will have their possession. Van right toward Wayne. Writes it down. Rebounded by Sandberg. Miller on his way down. Matthew Dumba got a great use of it. Watching it offside on the team. No charge, but there will be. And the charging is on the Jets.
Winnipeg penalty, number 55, charging.
Look what Montreal did. He's rushing right toward the fence, and he just ran over the Burke. You're not going to play it easy on that one.
That's a penalty kill for the Winnipeg Jets.
You're going to have to TXU energy.
Your Dallas Stars
So the penalty kill starts off for Winnipeg Jets. This will be first one to start the power play for the Stars.
Those Stars really have to show a lot to me, and I need
Winnipeg Jets penalty, number 55, 2 minutes for charging. Time of the penalty, 16:56 remaining in the playoffs. That's Winnipeg Jets penalty on Mark Scheifele, number 55, for 2 minute charging. Time of the penalty, 16:56 remaining in the first period.
Hits right to a corner as he sends it over to Harley. Harley pass to Johnston. In middle. Miller with the broken up chain. Trying to dump it out. And a rebound by the Stars. Johnston's got that putt. 2-on-1 opportunity on the backhander. What a save by Hellebuck. Right near the goal line as it stops short. This will stop the play as we're now taking the next face-off in the Jets territory. Now the win for the Jets. DeMello will swing it out. Borku's got that puck over to Laban Stankoven, and he'll send it over to Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn, look to Marchman. Marchman will try to kick to Miguel Granlund, and he will swing it over to Jamie Benn. Benn's right to a corner, and he'll swing it to Stankoven. Borku, one timer on Logan Stankoven as he fakes a shot and looks to Jamie Benn. Trying to keep the play alive, and now it's Niederreiter with the puck. 50 seconds left in the Stars power play as Benn's got it. We'll direct it over to Miguel Granlund. Nino Niederreiter right back into the Stars territory. Keeps it out, rebound by Borku. New line group here as Rupins will cover it in. Here's the cut motion. What a stop by Niederreiter on Connor Hellebuck. Stankoven again to Borku. He'll find it to Rupins. Here's one time for Stankoven shot. But a rebound there by Robertson. That one stays out by Connor Hellebuck.
What a great save. I've never seen how that was going to exchange off. That really was impressive.
Scheifele's time is almost up. Robertson. Rolling in. Check. Glove save by Hellebuck. He'll stop the play with only 14:57 as we pass the 5-minute mark in the first period of the game. And now they're ready to take their next puck drop. The win for Jets, and that'll end the power play for the Stars. They're 0-1 for the game. And there will be a slash on Josh Morrissey.
Winnipeg penalty, number 44, 2 minutes for slashing.
Look what happened in this play. There's that slash. That's not good when you're playing it that way. Right for the face. Yikes. That's not cool at all.
That's a penalty kill for the Winnipeg Jets, presented by TXU Energy. Your Dallas Stars are on
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, that's definitely not going on. Hey.
Winnipeg Jets penalty, number 44, 2 minutes for slashing. Time and penalty, 14:52 remaining in the first period. That's a penalty on the Winnipeg Jets. Josh Morrissey, number 44, for a 2-minute slashing. Time and penalty, 14:52 remaining in the first period of the playoffs.
Swing it over to Duchesne. Right toward middle to Marchman. And as Robertson grabs it out, the rebound by the Stars. Watching in play. Outside of zone. Rebound by Pionk. Granlund's got it back and now has it to Robertson. Here's Harley. One-time for bang. Shot saved by Connor Hellebuyck. Now Stanley will get it over any other way. Rebound by the Jets. Mason Appleton right to the wing. He stops up short. Johnson goes back to Harley. Swings it off to Marchman. Get to Ben on a shot play. Oh, with a rebound, but he couldn't get the puck back in the net. That one stayed out of the wide zone. Marchman shot. Put back in. Oh, he rigged the goalpost. That one was stayed out of the zone, and this one can't go back in. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. That one almost been picked off to get that rebound in by Jamie Benn. And that would have been a good goal afterward, because if he tips back in there, they could have got that chance down there.
Yeah, I want to agree on that. Wow, that was big, upsetting in the game play.
After Ottinger with the save, here's Hits. 13:30 remaining in the first period. Hits, shoots, stopped by Hellebuyck. They'll stop and play with only 33 seconds left in the Stars power play, and only 13:35 remaining in the first period. With the pass by 13:30, here's Bourque. Again to Stankoven. Looks it over to Bourque. Bourque keeps it alive. Robertson's right toward wing. Here's Logan Stankoven's shot. Big stop by Hellebuyck. What a wild save this is. Quick dialed in motion, and he'll get next face off in. Now this rebound win by DeMello. He'll send that one out again. Good zone out by Bourque, and it's now back to Stankoven. Stankoven deep the pass to Robertson. Morrissey's time's almost up. Hits, shoots, glove save, and now end the power play for the Dallas Stars. They're 0-2 this time, as they couldn't get the win over by Hellebuyck.
I'm not sure what's going on afterwards. I mean, I just really have to say is that Connor Hellebuyck is making a great dialed in. Sometimes you just don't play it, sometimes you need to get over this at the right time. This really may have happened with courtesy with the strength, and I know what's going to happen. The big chain is, no one gets perfect afterwards. They don't play like that. That's why they're going to have to keep things out and do it all over again. I know it's not really easy, but you know what? Everybody has it. The win for Duchesne as Michelle will have it the other way. A safety pass over to Miguel Granlund. Granlund sending it over, now finding the Marchman. Marchman shot! Tried to go right over in, but it stayed out of the zone, and it's rebounded by Michelle. No offside on the Stars. You'll find it over to Duchesne, and have it again, Miguel Granlund again, Dumba. Marchman shot, put a rebound in by Michelle, saved by Hellebuyck. They'll stop and play with only 12:10 remaining in the first period, as they'll get ready for their next puck drop. A lot of time left in this period, still looking for a goal for the Stars to kick in. Steele wins the face-off. Here's Lindell. Lindell. Over now to Bach. Here's Harley's shot. He rang the goalpost. Ellis takes over. Now the sprinting rebound, 2-on-1. Broken up. Sam Steele gets it over now to Logan Stankoven. He'll slow things down, and there goes right around the net again to Bach. Oscar Bach over now into the other side as he gives over to Lindell. Here's Harley. He'll swing it to Steele. Steele's shot saved by Connor Hellebuyck and rebounded by the Stars. They keep moving around as Thomas Harley has it to Steele and Logan Stankoven from outside. He gives a swing off to Lindell. Keeping the puck moving, and again. From the corner, Steele. A lot of play back in action here. They keep moving around every time. Yeah, I guess they wanted to do this now, just keep on moving in.
There's a lot of great boxing in this game. There is no quitting on that. This really is going to make that one feel good and keep things going. There's a lot of great pass afterwards. Stop by Hellebuck. The rebounding by the Stars keeps going. Look at this full pressure. They're still going. But the smoke winds all the way back, and Jake Ottinger will now have to keep things out, and we'll have to end this one with the full pressing on the pass percentage. He now has it over to Alicia Namstikov. The Stars are back in offense zone, and the rebound by Nikola Ehlers. Here's a chance on a shot. Stopped it away. This one reaches out too soon. Goes back to Johnston. Here's another one and a great pass percentage. What a stop by Hellebuck. Rolls that one outside. Niederreiter. The rebound by Miller. Kentz can't go back into the zone. This one will clear it out and reset it up by the whole team. Harley rolls around the net. The rebound by the Jets. Mason Appleton lost that one with his puck control, and now Thomas Harley will now have it the other way. Over now to Harley. The pass to Granlund. Granlund shoots. Left save by Hellebuck. This will stop in play, passing the midway mark in the first period. And now standing in by, I have this Ultra Beast standing in for one of our biggest and the plays of the one and only Root Pins. Thanks, guys. Root Pins was really like showing every others. When his great strategy is making his root on play, the better percentage is changing what his foot has turned off with the wheels on chain. When he makes a fast breaking pointer, he has a lot of breakaway chains to go fast on wheels. Sometimes he scores all alone, sometimes he makes a pass right over with some open players who can definitely sprint the other way. And it's a good idea for Root Pins to keep things from going. The backer it goes, the more they get. I'll find out about Root Pins if he has the assist rolling in with their team. Guys. Dumba finding again to Michelle. Looks off, Dumba fires it! Oh, what a glove catch by Connor Hellebuck. This will stop the play with 9:18 remaining. I never seen how that one was going to change. That one was right on the line. Nice. Now here's to Pionk. As he passed the midway mark in the period, here's Niederreiter. He stops it, and a rebound by Matthew Dumba. He'll roll it in the other way, and a deep pass over to Marchman. Marchman gets a clear backhander, stepped away by Niederreiter, by Hellebuck. Kyle Connor on his fast break wheels. Stop by Ottinger. What a stop made on an Energizer to keep that one out. A lot of time left in the period. No score under 9 minutes remaining. Borku wins the face-off, and now Matthew Dumba will now give it to Leon Bichelle. He will set to Danilov, and as he's on ice, he will send it to Jamie Benn. Borku backhander, glove save by Hellebuck. Stop in play with only 8:42 remaining in the first period. A lot of big chain in action. Stars and the Jets are the ones to be the battling, remembering of the last postseason. You may have recognized it before from the last game, from games 1, Jets win, and game 2, Stars win, as they already tied this series for 1. But then this next game happened to be at Winnipeg for the next part of the game. You may have noticed how that one changed it up. But what does it feel now is that the Stars have been one of the better teams over the Canadian team to play it for real. Yeah, they definitely do everything. What happens with the Stars, they really cook things off. Sometimes they play it right, sometimes they don't do it right. And this one is really like taking it bad afterwards. They never started out but often at the same time. I mean, everything at the same time. This can be really like a lot of frustrations where they came in and there's not really much you could do for it. Every time this one really keeps it in there, there's nothing you could hide for anything. Lindell finds Robertson. Good poke check, but Lindell will have to reset the group, get back in the zone, passing the blue line, and now back into the Jets territory. Robertson with only 7:30 remaining in the first period. The Dallas Stars keeps going with the puck pass. Give it to Middle. DeMello stops that one. Rebound by Borku. Here's Robinson, glove save by Hellebuck. Tornado with the rebound. The Jets are back in the Stars territory. Tornado, right to the wing, shot blocked by Lindell, rebound by Ottinger to stop that play here. Only 7:12 remaining in the first period of the game. Lots of time left here, but now I will swing it over to the other side to the Winnipeg Jets of Mark Scheifele. Mark Scheifele is really one of the great takes in, and he shows it up. The one thing that he does with is all these snipe zones. Sometimes you just don't take anything with some great offensive ability. They really have worked it off really hard, but don't take anything that's right from the alley. You see Mark Scheifele, he really does everything with all the team. It only gives a certain amount of effort to make that last turn go right into work, and the offense can make that one anything happen. Let's hope that Mark Scheifele has a winner snipe and a goal to keep it. Guys, thanks Ultra Beast. Here's Harley. Granlund shot off the pad again by Connor Hellebuck. The rebound by Granlund. And here's Harley's shot where the redirection gets on away, and Nemsikov will set it over the other way. Nemsikov covers it up for Ottinger. He'll stop him with only 6:36 remaining in the first period. The win for the Stars. Matthew Dumba right there the other way. He'll swing it to Bichelle. And now off to Miguel Granlund. Granlund. Pass to Mason Marchman on a shot. One carry by Hellebuck. Got a great catch here to make it tile down in. And this will stop the play with under 6:30 remaining. Now the win for the Jets. Here's Logan Stanley as he rolls it over to Niederreiter. Niederreiter stops the play inbounding. Johnston will carry it out. No offside to give for the Jets as this ball keeps back. And Kupari will settle it over. The pass in middle, he scores! Niederreiter, the first goal of the game, gets their team on board with a 1-0 lead over the Stars.
Setup is great for Niederreiter. When you look at it carefully, you didn't get that block shot in. That's what happens with Matthew Dumba. He should have clutched that one down, but then this is what happened. That range in was right toward his right by the blocker. And that great goal is going to start off for Niederreiter, his second in the playoffs. He really showed everything what he did. And now for that, he'll have to change it off, but the good luck to change it in for anything.
Here's Stanley, he will send it over to Niederreiter. Got his first goal. It'll be a penalty. That's going to be the Stars on a tripping. Stop the play with 6 minutes in the first.
Dallas penalty, number 3, 2 minutes for tripping.
Oh, that's not a good way to start it off. Matthew Dumba did the wrong thing. And he shouldn't be able to get closer right to the defender. He should have backed things up and tried to do the stick lift. Instead of like poking it out, he has to do the stick lift the better way. Otherwise, you don't get enough on power and momentum. You're going to get left off behind. That's a lot of work you need to do.
So
Dallas Stars penalty number 3, 2 minutes for tripping. Time penalty, 6:04 remaining in the first period. That's a penalty on the Dallas Stars. Matthew Dumba for 2 minute tripping. Time penalty in the first period of the playoffs, 6 minutes and 4 seconds for the Winnipeg Jets power play.
The pass to Ehlers. Ehlers pass to Connor. Connor, chance for the shot, blocked by Steele. And he broke the glass. Victor Green, you gotta watch out there. He almost would have crashed. That would almost cause the accident there. I know indeed. He wasn't even looking afterward. He was hiding in the glass and he felt like, are you okay, Don? Man, hopefully that Victor Green will be alright. He's gotta move somewhere else. Yeah, indeed. I mean, I know he's doing this, but that's a big, big hit. Yo, man.
Winnipeg goal, his second goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game scored by number 62, Nino Niederreiter. Assisted by number 15, Rasmus Kupari. And by number 6, Colin Miller. Time of the goal, 13:52 remaining in the first period.
He'll score again! Power play goal for Nicola Ehlers. He'll get a 2-0 lead over the Dallas Stars. After all but that, the slash, this was too late. He not getting that one good use. And Nikolai Ehlers have already made this one a great goal to make the chime. Don't make anybody else afterwards, and this one will stop inbounding. With that penalty, it's not easy when you're doing this the right way. Don't take it too much often if you're going to keep playing like that. Now he gets another goal, and Nikolai Ehlers, he gets his second in the playoffs. So the Jets able to finish off the first period as Gabe Velarde with the assist, and this time they ain't never been seeing it afterwards. Another power play is on for the Stars as the
Dallas Stars penalty number 23, 2 minutes for slashing.
For the Stars.
Time of penalty 5 minutes 17 seconds. That's 2 minute penalty on the Dallas Stars. Issa Lindell number 23 on the slashing. Time of penalty 5:17 remaining in the first period.
Don't take anything that's happening in comfortable range.
Dumba sets to Johnston. He'll clear that zone out of here. With under 5 minutes remaining in the first period, here's Kupari. Niederreiter from the outside finding Kupari.
Winnipeg goal.
Kupari
His second
sets
goal in the
Perfetti.
playoffs. First goal of the game. Score on a power
Stops
play
him
number
down,
27,
Dumba.
Nikola
Knocks him
Ellis.
down.
He's
Big
assisted
shot,
by
clears
number
the zone.
13,
Back to
Gabriel
the Jets territory
Velarde.
with
And by
1:15
number
remaining for the
81,
Jets power
Kyle
play,
Connor.
and only 4:30
Time on a power
remaining
play
in the
goal
first
for
period.
Winnipeg, 14:43.
Iafallo.
Nikola Ehlers, his second goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game on a power play goal, assisted by Gabriel Velarde and Kyle Connor in the first period. 14:43 on a power play minute in the playoffs.
Now here's Iafallo. Knocked him right to the center ice. Mark Scheifele passes to Iafallo. The same over, odd man rush stopped by Ottinger, and he'll swing it back around again enough to clear the zone out. Jets still have a lot of time left here with only 40 seconds. They only have 1 out of 2 power play goals. They're looking to get to one more to top it 2-2 to keep that one going in. CC clears that zone. Back to the Jets territory will be the Jets. Here's his backhander. Try to race it inbounding with a short-handed goal, but it's carried out by Hellebuck. He was almost going to get in there. That one was close enough to get that call out. Last chance for the Jets, and he will fire it, and that will end the power play for the Jets. 1-2, as they already had a power play goal for Nikolai Ehlers. This is what happens with the causing of this one. The first power play goal was right on the hand, and then the second one was not turning so easy. You know, I'm not serious, because that really is going to give someone else right much around the corner range, and you're doing this. Don't play it like that. You're never going to succeed it afterward if you're doing this correctly. Now the pass over to Perfetti with only 2:50 remaining. Here's Marchman. He'll settle it back, and he will have to reset it again. Puck sent out of the zone. Ottinger right around the net, and here's Granlund. He will fire that one around again to Granlund, and he'll give it over to Marchman. Trying to race up with the saucer pass, but it's Miller with the rebound again to Perfetti. Winnipeg Jets are back into offensive territory. Perfetti in corner. Changes over. DeMello. Shy. Off it goes on Ottinger. Rebounded by the Stars. Robertson takes over with a deep pass by Granlund. Another hit by the Jets. Here's Marchman. Settles it in. Stop by Hellebuck. The whole thing's here with only 2:07 remaining in the first period. With the crash and bounding for the Jets, 2-0 to score in the first period nearing the 2-minute mark. Sam Steele wins the faceoff. Smith will send to CC. One time for Smith on a shot. Stop made by Hellebuck. Smith trying again. Looks to Bob. Back shot. Saved by Hellebuck. Full pressure is on for the Stars. First period could definitely be challenging themselves. Not really what they always have to do for, but don't play it like that. You know what happens? They're going to mess that one up and get cruel out of the way if they don't show it off in line. CC pass to Steele. Has it again to Smith, and he rolls to CC. CC pass again to Smith. Fires! Missed wide. Rebound by Steele. Now the rebound by the Winnipeg Jets as Neil Pionk will now have it the other way. Up and around that, Cody CC will have it over. I'll send the pass play over to Stanley. The rebound by the Stars That's now Bacchus right toward the wing. Fires it off again to steal. Logan Stankoven with the rebounding right toward the wing. Can't get it over at that time as Tony Nado's back again to Gustafsson. And he finds Iafallo. Stop it out with the block. And Cece will have it over now to Bechel. Nearing the end of the first period, Borkey right toward to the Jets.
1 minute left in the first period.
And now Gustafsson will send it over to Iafallo. Gustafsson carries it out, rebounded by Bechel, and he'll now swing it over to Jamie Benn. Benn passes off to Cece. Cece pass over to Danilov. Great chain on a smoke down. Shot blocked up, rebounded by Stanley. Stanley dances over down to Tony Nato. He rebels it right across the wall and back again to Cece.
This is really what happens. This is a battle arena shooting stars. They're definitely going to make that one feel good.
Group Pence right toward outside again to Johnston. Johnston will have to reset it to Jason Robertson. Time need to be down. Hit shot blocked. Rebound by Appleton. Dumps it out. Bechel right over to Wayne. Bechel deep to zone. Johnson trying to go over the buzz beater. And he lost that one. That will end the first period for the Stars.
And that's the end of the first period. You're down Stars 0 and the Winnipeg Jets 2.
Goal. And with that penalty, it gives a 2-0 lead for the Winnipeg Jets. Second period's coming up after this. Welcome back to Dallas as we're ready to get started for the second period of Game 4. Players are set, all rehydrated, back on ice, warmed up, and ready to go. Alright guys, the first period was like a chaos start for the Jets, but let's have your takes in of how they played it. Well, they definitely have been like rumbling on the battle. After that penalty, it was nothing but the change afterwards, and it was a big start to get these right toward the line. The start puts on for the Jets. They weren't sure how that was going to change afterwards. It never seemed like anything I ever did. What a goal! Mark Scheifele! He rolls it with 13 seconds, and this time they just have an extension. Scheifele gets his 6th goal in the playoffs.
I am not kidding. That's a great move. That was deflected, and it's right into our net. I cannot believe that this one really changed off to a great start.
Seemed like Ottinger needs to do a lot of timing better, and it looks like the Winnipeg Jets, they want to try to like make its way off, and they don't seem to care afterward. Yeah, I don't know what they did. It looks like they need to do some moving around adjustment pace, and without the hit, it's going to make an intense run to change it up. I don't see where it was going to go, but that really might have to stay out of the way. Here's DeMello. DeMello right toward the wing, and you'll have it right around the edge. Good stop on the flip feed. Back to Robertson. You'll have it the other way.
Winnipeg goal, his 6th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 55, Mark Scheifele. He's assisted by number 44, Josh Morrissey, and by number 2, Dylan DeMello. Top of the goal, 13 seconds remaining in the second period. It's Mark Scheifele, his 6th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Josh Morrissey, and Dylan DeMello in the second period at 13 seconds in the playoffs.
Not so good afterwards.
Dallas penalty, number 27, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
This is a little frustration. What happened is, he shoved it right across. That's not going to play it afterward. You don't want to start messing things up. You tell with that. You're definitely going to have another penalty kill with the team.
Power play starts again for the Winnipeg Jets with a start. We're passing a 1 minute and a second on a start.
Dallas Stars penalty, number 23, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of penalty, 19 minutes, 2 seconds. That's a penalty on Dallas Stars, Issa Lindell, number 23, for cross-checking. Time of penalty in the second period, 19 minutes, 2 seconds in the playoffs for the Winnipeg Jets power play.
He can't get it over that one. Matthew Dumba will clear that zone and we'll keep it here as now Kupari will send it to Niederreiter. Set the deep pass to Perfetti. Perfetti pass to Niederreiter. Right toward wing. That one carries it off and Dumba clears his own. The Winnipeg Jets are back in offense as Niederreiter. Sam Steele takes the puck over. Trying to get to Dandenong. He will dump things out. And rebound guy Kapari. The pack again to Perfetti. Great pass movement here by the Jets. Stick gonna lift it. And that one will carry it up. Right to the middle. Saved by Gaines as this one carries it out. Audinger almost would have had that one maintained its way. There is no stop to this key to make that one play off professionally. That one is going to race it out of the lining. Next group is ready to take the next puck drop. It's still a 3-0 lead as they already been up crushing it in the first period with 2 goals on the start of the first period and 1 goal in the second period. Here's Ehlers. That shot gets chopped up and rebounded by CC. Here's to Johnston. Johnston rolls in. Backhander. Stop by Hellebuck. Gabe Velarde right to her in the wing on the other side of his zone. He'll send it over to Nicola Ehlers. Rolling to Connor. Shot. He blocked it. Ottinger now finds a CC and he's over to Ben. Listen to this fan afterward. You can see that crowd is putting response effort to Ottinger. That one really made that one here.
Lindell's penalties time, so we'll stop. He's ready to get back out there.
Scheifele rolling in. And that will end the power play for the Jets. This will be 1-3 for their team. Sounds like that this really has to be not turning to be easy afterwards. I mean, you don't have to try to keep on attacking, keep on pushing them. You just need some time to do some little cross on the check. And you need to do some checking. That's why they call checking on that. You don't want to push it off too hard. You just take it easy on the slow things. You don't want to play it off too hard afterward. And if you do that, you're going to definitely get bumped out of here. Fans are back in. As now the Stars will get their next puck drop as Duchesne will have to make the next swing in. And he does. Lindell. Pass to Harley. He'll swing to Marchman. One time for Lindell's shot. Blocker save! And that one stayed out of his own. Eric Gustafsson now has it to Iafallo. He'll dump that out. Now it's rebounded by Lindell. Lindell has it over now, finding to Marchman. Marchman works his way across, slows down his own. Rebounded by Marchman. Marchman has it over to Lindell and he gives the swing off to Duchesne. Open look to Bichette. Give to Marchman. Here's Lindell's shot. Big save by Hellebuck. Morrissey will carry over to Toninato. Toninato finding Eric Gustafsson. Pokes it out. Rebound by Bach. Dallas back in offense zone. Here's a set to Duchesne. Beyond with the puck steal. Niederreiter. Watching closely. Glove saved by Ottinger. And Bach will fire it around in there to Matthew Dunbar. He swings it off. Nobody to care for there. The big stop by a tip on. A rebounding save by Ottinger. And Stapleton has it to Steele. Steele. Looks his way across to Bichelle. Bichelle's shot. Blocker save by Hellebuck. Bach. Oh, he misfired it, and this one will roll back to the Stars territory. They need to regroup here. There's nobody to give over to. Just hold the puck until someone wants to come back. Don't take the effort if you want to do it. Backhander, stop by Hellebuck. Past the 5-minute mark in the second period as they get ready for another puck drop. We haven't hit the midway mark of the period. Still a 3-0 on the game for the Stars as they couldn't find their goal in the first period, but we'll see if the second period works for them. Gabe Velarde right toward wing, finding Connor. Connor, pass broken up by Smith. Send the pass over to Robertson. Robertson makes his way in. Right toward the shot, blocked it up, rebound by Robertson. And it's back over now to Smith. Smith changes over to Johnston. Needs some changing regroups here as Robertson with the puck carry. And rebound by Hintz. Hintz looking over now finding to Johnston. Rebound by Mark Scheifele. Battle for the loose puck. Give it back by Brandon Smith. Can't get up on boards around the net. And Scheifele stopped him with a closing gap. CC's right behind the net, and he'll have it over to Brandon Smith. Went with the big hit here. Rebounded by CC.
There's a lot of hit defensive afterwards. The Jets wants to crash. Detours, not a thing.
Borku saved by Hellebuyck. Close it up. We'll get ready for another puck drop. Now as they're ready to get their next puck drop in, 90 over 80 percentage for the Dallas Stars and the Jets. Maverick Borku wins the faceoff. Harley, one-time Linda shot. Easy save by Hellebuyck. Now as they're ready to kick things off, they're back the other way to get that one on the board. Borku wins the faceoff. Lindell, pass to Harley. He'll swing it. Bang! No stick lift here. And this one just goes back to Colby Perfetti. Good take by Thomas Harley. And now Lindell will have it again to Jamie Ben. Ben works his way. Sidesteps it. Saved by Hellebuyck. Borku rebounded by Harley and he gets to Ben. Rolls the Borku. Goes for deflection. Blocker save made by Hellebuyck. He now rolls to Namstnikov. Namstnikov pass to Ehlers. Ehlers shot. Defensive traffic in their ways, and now it's back to Harley as he rolls a deep pass over to Danilov. Danilov trying to roll the poke in, but Morrissey taken out. Mason Marchman with the puck steal. Rolls to Harley. Trying to regroup in. No offside as Duchesne keeps it inbounding. The rebound by Mason Marchman. Shot glove save by Hellebuyck. 12:48 remaining in the second period. They'll get ready for another puck drop. So a lot of time up in the period. Jets been crushing in every game in each period. Last game was stopping on a shutout party to get that shutout win. Now Kupari sets to Niederreiter. Niederreiter rolling in his own. Stick lifted. Good take here by the Stars as he rolls over to Granlund. Hits for the 30. Granlund, shoot. Blocker up. Duchesne in. Stop by Hellebuyck. Morrissey again to Kupari, and now Appleton will have it. And they skate out of the zone. Try to defend it up. Michel. The pass to Duchesne has it again to Marchman. Marchman working his way in, finding Duchesne. Fires! Saved by Hellebuyck. Marchman's got it. Cross the backhander. Save made. Two-time stop by Hellebuyck. He just made that one deliverable as he took that one out. No sorry. Hellebuyck is really giving this a change-off timing to dial it in. Hintz wins the face-off. Here's Dunga. Shoots! Right in the guts! And he'll stop by Hellebuyck before the 11:45.
I can see what happened to Marchman Philly. He was limping a little bit. Looks like he was hitting from the chest. Seemed like that's going to be a little harder to try to keep going.
And he's in the medical room. We'll have some updates later here from Mark Scheifele. Unfortunately, his chest was a little hard to make that one hurtful to paying for the relief. So we'll have to wait about him for the update if he will return or not. Yeah, I could see that, and he's looking like he's ready, making his way to the locker room. And what I need to know about it now is, don't make anyone feel like the chest feels uncomfortable. He really had painted off with the relief. The win for the Jets. That's blocked by Rupins. Rebound by Namstnikov. Try to go for it. Good take in as there's no penalty to get the tripping for the Stars. Jason Robertson will swing it out. Johnston, right toward wing. Outside, Michel. One time for Dunbar. Glove save by Hellebuyck. You'll stop it with only 11:13 remaining in the second period. They'll get ready for another puck drop. 54 with 25 shots on goal. But the Jets have found their answers. They have done pretty well with their own defense effort to keep stacking them down. The win for Rupins. He'll send it to Dumba, and now find Michelle. Here's Robertson. Robertson gives a dish off to Dumba. Michelle looking his way over to Rupins. Rupins finding Robertson. He rolls over to Dumba. Dumba chance to Michelle. Fires it! Saved by Hellebuck. Eric Gustafsson rolling it over. And now to send it past to Sandberg. Vince with the rebound. The Stars are back in offense zone. Given over to Jason Robertson. It's been carried out by Alifalo. And now it's rebounded by Gustafsson. Stick lifted, rebounded by Lindell. He'll kick out of the zone, and now the Jets will make the new changes here. Tony Nato watching him. In the zone, rebound by Lindell. Lindell's got it covered, now finding to Thomas Harley, and they'll swing it over to Miguel Grant. Matthew Duchesne right to her in the wing, has it to Granlund. Swing and misses, rebounded by Sandberg. Didn't want to change that one up their look. Matthew Dumba behind the net. He'll send it to Harley. Lindell fires it, trying to play in the back of the net. This is wide for Granlund. Trying to blind the goaltender, but he missed it again.
Oh man, I thought that was going to be it. I thought that was going to be a make of the backhander for Granlund. He tried, but he didn't make that one at all.
Right in the middle, stop by Hellebuck. He just made an unstoppable force to try to no contest to put it back. They did not go as planned. It's definitely crucial. How Vista didn't change it afterward, I felt like Dallas Stars were able to have that one goal in. Here's CC, right to the deflection, saved by Hellebuck. Keeps the play going. Here's Bourque, shoots, saved by Hellebuck. Miller on his way down, full pressure's off for the Stars. Miller watching him. With the shot saved by Ottinger, he'll give it over to Smith and rolls it back down to CC. They is still finding another goal to get in there. A lot of time left, but there's nothing to relax for. Jamie Benn finding Brandon Smith, rolls to CC. Shoots! Misses wide! And he will not get it in time here as Danonov will try to scoop it out. Dallas Stars racing their way in down toward the line. He can't get the pass to Smith, open look. And this one, right toward the wall, right to the center ice, is back into the blue for Miller. Miller sets to Appleton. Appleton clears his own, and now Smith will try to cover it up. Making new changes here as Steele will now have the deep over to Stankoven. He's on a rush. Rushes in! Snapped by Hellebuck. Buck takes it back. Rebound by Appleton. Appleton carries it home. Now finds it to Tomas Harley, and he'll now swing it to Duchesne. Duchesne will try to do it. Backs it over for the pass. What a save! Good catch by Hellebuck. He made that one with a shutdown on 2-on-1 offense. Only 8:10 remaining.
I would have always said, this is really what the dialed in should be. I can never say how that happens to Connor Hellebuck. He made that great look. I cannot believe that you can definitely play for him every day. I mean, everything. You know what happens? Because our goaltenders are smart. They really wanted to play it over by the players on their defense effort. I was never sure how that one was going to change out.
Neither do I. Here's the pass over Lindell's shot, saved by Hellebuck. They're on full pressure for the Dallas Stars with only 7:47 remaining. Dallas Stars getting some crowd meters in as they're nearing the 7:30 mark in the second period. Rupins wins the faceoff. He went bad looking. Kicked off by Bichelle and rebound by Dumba. He'll send a pass to Jason Robertson to give and go to Rupins. He rolls it in. Robertson shot up high over the net and rebounded by the Stars. Here's the stuff to Johnson, saved by Hellebuck. After the puck steal, he couldn't get this one straight again as he tried to get that one a good goal for the Stars. Rupins wins the faceoff. with the shot. No deflection here. Here's another one to Matthew Dumba. He'll swing it to Hintz. Needs some regroups here, and he finds it to Dumba, and now has it over to Hintz. In corner bounding, it's Robertson. He'll swing to Dumba. Into the middle of the Michelle, saved by Hellebuck. 7:04 remaining in the second period. They'll get able to get ready for another puck drop. Now a win for Hintz. Here's the set to Dumba. Right toward middle. Bad looking, and back to Sandberg again. Johnson. Another bad looking here for the Jets. There's a little back-to-back, so you had a little miscommunication afterwards. Dumba fires! Walker, save made by Hellebuck. Jason Robertson trying to kick it out. Neil Pionk will send it across over to Namstakov, and the rebound it in right over the other way to Kyle Connor. Good stop by Matthew Dumba as he'll kick it across. Getting the breakaway chain. Right toward middle, he kicked it into Johnson. He will stop that out. Now it's back to Gustafsson, and Iafallo will have it in. Dump it out. Harley with the puck in racing and bounding back the other way, and he'll send it over to Mason Marchman. Gives a stop. Duchesne fires. Saved by Hellebuck. Miller finding Iafallo, and back to Gustafsson. Got a good stick lift here for Gustafsson, but he got stuck up. Finding over Iafallo's shot block. Rebound by Marchman. Trying to get out of the zone in middle. Oh, what a good pickoff play here as he stopped by Ottinger. That one was really unethical. He got a little burglar out of the range. Didn't really think that wasn't going to carry. Lindell shoot. Blocked the shot. Rebounded by Harley. He'll swing it to Lindell. Keep them moving the puck in as Duchesne needs to get the regroup to Danilov and find it to Tomas Harley. Here's a set. Lindell shoot for a redirection by Jamie Benn, trying to get back afterward. Danilov's right to a corner. He'll kick it over to Lindell and back over to Smith. Rebound by Jamie Benn. Here's a set. Racing and bounding. Danilov with a backhander. Can't get it to go. Missed his wide. Rebound by Duchesne. Danilov takes it over. DC shot. Easy save by Hellebuck. Iafallo looking to Gustafsson. Gustafsson rolls to Niederreiter. Hooked it up. And that will be a penalty. That's going to be a slash on the trip. Brandon Smith in the penalty box.
Dallas penalty number 2, 2 minutes for tripping.
Man, you're not doing like they did. And he went behind it. Yep, that's not good. That playing it in was really bad. Painful. Another penalty kill for the Stars is not going to make it easy option.
So the Dallas Stars will have to think carefully without the power play goal for their team. They have to do this. Think about it when you need to play it out. If you don't see
Dallas Stars
anything,
penalty
you
number
need to
2,
keep
2 minutes for tripping. Time and penalty, 4 minutes 57 seconds. That's Dallas Stars penalty. Brendan Smith on number 2 for a 2-minute tripping. Time and penalty in the third period, 4 minutes 57 seconds for the Winnipeg Jets power play.
Trying to get the steal. Chance to Cece. Open look to Michelle. Stop by Hellebuck. He still wanted to do it. Easy save by Hellebuck. Man, how do you feel about Connor Hellebuck? He is really up and working. Trying to stop down 2-period shutdowns, and he's now ready to take the next face-off. And now the Jets will have the advantage. Niederreiter will take over. Stopped in zone. Can't get it to go. Blocked on that shot. Matthew Dumba clears the zone, and you will have it out in the Jets territory. Neil Pionk having it over to Niederreiter. And he now rolls it over again in the area zone. Good stop made by the Stars. He'll clear that zone out of here. Under 4 minutes remaining in the second period, he gets to Niederreiter. Appleton. Nearing the back zone to Iafallo. And the Niederreiter for 2. What a save by Ottinger. He really got done that one again. Now Big Gunner Johnson's keeping the pressure alive. He never wanted to do anything. Here's a set. Steal shot. Block. Rebound by Niederreiter. Kupari right toe in the wing. On a shot. Easy save. He scores! Mason Appleton. another power play goal. The Jets keep it alive. 4-4-0.
Well, I thought that was going to happen, but they didn't show it off. The Stars have been shutting down a 4-0. And that glove, wow, he missed it. I thought he snatched it, but he didn't get that right timing. Wow. That was a failure. I can't believe that Elijah didn't make that save earlier. He would have tried, but he didn't get there.
Now as Nate Hintz wins the faceoff, he now gives to Robertson a chance to Johnson. Johnson to Shanahan, now finding Dumba, and Rupins. Dumba going for deflection, carried out by Connor Hellebuck. He'll send Dumba, fires it, saved by Robertson, carried it in, stopped by Hellebuck. In zone, Robertson, saved by Connor Hellebuck. Gabriel Velarde. Back to Lindell, and he'll swing it to Harley, and he'll send to Jason Robertson the other way. He'll slow things down, has it to Johnston. Carried a save by Hellebuck. Snatches the glove, and they're ready to take their next puck drop. And now they're ready to take their next puck drop in. Winnipeg Jets able to shut and quietly on the Stars with a 4-0 lead in the set.
Winnipeg goal, his sixth goal in the playoffs, scoring a power play number 22, Mason Appleton. He assisted by number 15, Rasmus Kupari, and by number 62, Nino Niederreiter.
And it's now back to Johnson.
Time in the goal for the Jets power play, 16 minutes, 32 seconds. That's Mason Appleton, his sixth goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game on the power play, assisted by Rasmus Kupari and Nino Niederreiter in the second period. At 16:32 power play minute in the playoffs.
Able to ready to take their next puck drop. Stars need to look for a goal. Duchesne wins the face-off. Lindell shots blocked by Iafallo. He's swinging it out, and now Marchman will give it over down to Lindell. Here's Granlund shot, going for deflection by Duchesne shot. Big save, and he'll get it in. They finally get the ball back to Duchesne. Beats the goaltender. 17-48 unassisted. Well, I don't know how that changed up, but that puck, it was a stick from that. And Duchesne literally works it up with 6 goals in the playoffs.
Bing, bang.
I don't know how that one did shine, but that really made that one looking for clear forward. Bang on the bang, and he just went run missing. Mason Marchman has it again to Granlund with only 2 minutes remaining in a second. Here comes Duchesne, and he will get a trip in. That will be DeMello.
Winnipeg penalty number 2, 2 minutes for tripping.
Down by 2. That's a penalty kill for the Winnipeg Jets, presented by TXU Energy. Here now the Stars are on the power play.
Winnipeg penalty number 2, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 1:58 remaining in the second period of the playoffs. That's 2-minute penalty on Dylan DeMello on number 2 for 2-minute tripping. Time of penalty, 1:58 remaining in the second period of the
They will
playoffs.
have plenty of time effort before the period comes to expire. And here's the hint, good shot glove saved by Hellebuck. 1:33 remaining in the second period. They'll be ready to take the next puck shot in East Jets territory. They just got back in there, and only 91 out of 82. They're getting a little bit better afterward with the passing effectiveness. You know, I just need to know how much passing do you need to do.
Hey, 6th goal in the playoffs, unassisted by a team number 95.
Don't worry about that, because if you do for defenders, don't change anything.
Time of the goal, 17:48 remaining in the second period. That's Matt Duchesne with his 6th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, unassisted by a team at 17:48 in the playoffs.
Robertson, shot off the blocker, rebounded by Hintz.
1 minute left in the second period.
Shot saved by Hellebuck. Under 1 minute remaining in the second period, as the Jets still have a 3-point lead, 9 minutes over 2:10 for the time on attack. Now a win for the Jets. Here's Pionk. Blocks that plug dump out. And rebounded by the Jets. He'll clear that zone out. Johnston will be able to clear things over, and now we'll send a deep pass to Jamie Benn. The give and go to Lawrence Benn. Backhander for the rebound by Jamie Benn. Did not get through. And this one goes back to Kapari with 35 seconds remaining. Now off to Johnston. A set pass again to Granlund. Granlund rebounds it. Back to Jamie Benn. He'll carry it over. Can't get that play after out of here. Rebounded by the Stars. Benn crosses those. Saved by Hellebuck. 16.5 seconds left in the second period and 18 seconds for the Stars power play. Time wasting down. Near the end of the mark. As it's now next puck drop in between Stars and Jets. Morrissey will set the Stanley. Time is wasting down. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds for the power play. And with that, they will end the power play, and they will have to leave it here with only 2 seconds, and that will be it.
And that's the end of the second period. The Dallas Stars 1 and Winnipeg Jets 4.
Lead off. And that one was right in there. One last time for Matthew Duchesne. It was kind of close to get in there, but we'll see what happens if they tie this up. Third period is coming up next after the break. You're watching the Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports. We'll be back with you shortly. On to the third period. About to be ready, and here we go. We start the period, the power play's over, and we're off to full strength. Let's see what happens with the third period if they have an answer back. I know what you're saying now there, guys, but let's have your thoughts on how the Stars did. Guys, over to you. Well, they need to be for a lot of better work afterward. They really have to try harder and give it all that shot. Only one mistake that was catching it in right into the net was Matthew Duchesne. He really had that kind of goal. I mean, there was only that. I mean, and what they don't really see is this really has kept them for anything that he really needed to do for it. What sometimes you don't see anything is what happens with the Stars. They need to do some big chain regroups. Hopefully there's a little bit of a key directions from the coach's challenge. Let's see if they can finally figure it out.
I hope they do, Phil. It might be the better skill to have it all.
Harley swings to Lindell, and he now finds the blue pin. Fires a shot. Rebounded and stopped by denied by Connor Hellebuck. Doing the mellow again to Kyle Connor as he sets to Morrissey. Morrissey rushes in. Goes right down. Rebound by Lindell. He'll swing to Johnston. And he's over now right toward the other way. He'll clear it out. And in the zone will be DeMello. Kyle Connor rolls over to Josh Morrissey. He'll send it to Gabe Velarde. He'll give it over right out of the zone in the Stars territory as Lindell will have it regrouping. Over to Evgeny Demidov. Back on ice there now. It's coming back in. It's Jason Robertson. For Q back behind it. Excuse me. Lindell finding Harley. He'll swing it over to Maverick for Q. Needs some group here to make some changes. The offense putting to Harley. Again, a for Q backhander. Saved by Connor Hellebuck. Pressuring on. Harley. Demidov. Swings to Lindell. Right toward the slot. Good save by Hellebuck. 18:15 remaining in the third period. They'll be ready to kick on for the next puck drop. And they're set ready to take the puck drop in the zone with only 18:15 remaining. Duchesne wins the face-off. Here's a set to Granlund. And the backhander tried to put a rebound in there. Doesn't know where it went, but Connor Hellebuck will try to stop that one. It's only 18:08, and now he's ready to kick on for the next puck drop. Now we'll send an update over to Ultra Beast on what happened to Mark Scheifele. Let's see what the reports are there, Ultra. Thanks, guys. I was talking over to the medical responders, and what happened to this one, he was constantly growing out with the chest burning right impatiently. What happened was hitting the hook in, and that first period was not turning to be an easy string. Until at that, the rebound is not going to make him loose. This one is blocking the chain oftenly. The entire time, it's going to make him feel like it gets worse. But this is the only thing that happens with Mark by Scheifele, and we'll have to return in Game 5 immediately. I'll have to keep an eye on that one here if anything goes in. And we'll see what goes on without Mike Scheifele if Kyle Connor or one of the other guys get another goal. Guys? Thank you very much, there, Doltra. And with that, Mark Scheifele will be able to recover his Speedy to finish things off here. We always love the dedication for our Mark Scheifele, but we will always miss him.
Yeah, it's definitely like a heartbreaker. And I know everything was going to change out. Lupin's new team. It never gets better than that.
I know, definitely does. Connor Hellebuck will stop the play for one remaining by 17-10. 96/30 as the Dallas Stars have made their way and pressing it. They pushed their boundary with a lot, but more likely they weren't able to try to keep things in if they have their next goal coming back in the zone. It can be a lot challenging, but nothing will change in if they have another strategy to keep in.
Well, I mean, it just happens. I mean, it's just not the other day when you need to do for it. And when sometimes you need to do some strategy with all the work, don't get uncomfortable. You need some timing to get right in the zone. And what sometimes you don't need is, you need some hard timings to get right back. Because otherwise, you'll get swinging and missing. And only the thing knows is you need some watching players in boundary. This offense is not going to make it easy for Nick Shane to keep it out.
Lupin's trying to get the puck back, but Follow can give it to Torinato. He fouled along the bunt. Rebounded in, Self-Oninger. Kicks it right to a corner. Robertson swings the pass to Lupins. Right turn defender, shot glove save by Hellebuck. 16:09 remaining in the third period. They're about to take their next puck drop in the Jets territory. And a win for the Winnipeg Jets. The pass broken in, Velarde. Good stop in by the team on Leon Bichelle. He'll have it over. Bang pass broken up here and rebound by Miller. This is not how it's playing a passing, and they just missed their timing right. They need to do some changes off the entire step. No one's going to get a good effort if they're changing it often. If Jenny Dendenoff, right to a corner, again to Bichelle. Bichelle, here's Bourque with the shot. And now Miller right toward the other way. Eagle smash, rebound by Dumbo, and rebounded by the Stars. Here's the Dendenoff. And now here's a chance over to Matt Duchesne right toward wing. Saving a lot of energy for Duchesne. And now Smith. Get a little bit of a sunbout over the backhander. Took it out. Oettinger stops that puck with only 15:07 remaining in the third period. Still have a lot of time left in the period. 91/83. They're increasing the passing effectiveness. I like that. And now the win will put it in. Great pass to give it to Marchman as they keep moving along. Yeah, it's just a great idea. I mean, they got a little comeback afterward, and they really wanted to keep it off. Just a good timing to get in. Now as they're ready to take on for the next puck drop, Stars and the Jets. Tightest game ever. Duchesne wins the face-off. Here's Franklin, shot saved by Connor Hellebuck. Here's Smith, rebound by Duchesne, rebound by Granlund. And he has it over. Keeps moving again, he scores! They go back down by two. Brandon Smith with a good one, and he gets his first goal in the playoffs. That's what we look for. Brandon Smith on a back three, and he just has that first goal in the playoffs. They roll back down by two. No help, not a problem. And what this way kicks in for Brandon Smith. He looks over and he was right there talking to the alley. This one makes a comeback here, and they got closer amount to get it off through. The Stars are back down by two. They still have a lot of time left before the end of the regulation.
They do.
Bing, bang.
They always do. I mean, they've really been coming back after them. They just need to make a good change-off since we do it great. I know that's a lot of hard work to get things done.
Brendan Smith going for 2 goals was stopped by Connor Hellebuck, and now as Cece will have it over, the range from outside, he'll now swing it over to Brandon Smith. He'll give over to Mason Marchman. A swing to Granlund. Lost that control, rebounded by Morrissey. Right toward the corner is Niederreiter. Niederreiter goes with a hit. Rebound by Mason Marchman. Lundell will have to regroup, and icing will be Dallas Stars. Teams are ready to get things lined and prepared. Still a lot of aggression here. Still need to keep things going out from the breakouts between 4 and 2. Easy save by Jake Ottinger. Through goal to Mason Marchman. Marchman again hints. Trying to get to back to Marchman, but he still can't make that pass going in.
Brandon
Smith! Rebounded it. Back to the Stars.
Assisted by number 44,
Now this time he will be clear out again to Lindell, and he'll send it over to Mason Marchman.
number 64,
Needs some changes here.
Brandon.
Big moment to Lance.
Time of the goal, 5:14 remaining in the third period. Brandon Smith, his first goal in the playoffs, assisted by Cody Cece and Miguel Granlund in the third period at 5:14 in the playoffs.
Harley swings it over to Lindell, and as he passed to Rupitz. Trying to work a slick feed, but he couldn't get there, and it rolls back over to Rupitz, again to Neil Pion. Pion, pass broken up. Rupin sets it over to Bichelle. Right to Middles Johnson. Right to Bichelle. Can't get the pass off, working in. Stop the period with only 13 minutes in the third. Don't forget, we got our next game here as we will have our crossovers by the next part of the game. You'll be able to see the next one. That's right on with 9 p.m. Keep your eyes on the scrimmage here as it is way. You'll see some games. If you missed on that, you can check on the other ones on the other side as well for the gameplays and action. But a little NBA, NHL crossover so you can watch in between NBA or NHL. If you miss on that, you'll be able to check on some highlights and you can rewind it anytime you like. There's no right or wrongs. You can definitely just watch it over until you make the finish afterwards, until you come up to the current point where you'll be left off. It's just a matter, it just happens to be anybody that misses the part on their best moment.
Yeah, I know that. We can definitely just watch it from highlight to highlight. He clips the clip, it's perfect.
Leon Bichelle right over to behind the net and rebounded by Matthew Dumba. Matthew Dumba will have it to Jamie Benn. Good set off screen, and this will give to Dananoff. And now the Jets as Michelle's back into the zone. He'll swing it to Dumba. Glove save by Hellebuck. Nearing the midway mark in the third period. Still a 4-2 game. Dallas. They still got to get another goal down. They try to keep things going. It gets tight and tight. Sam Steele wins the face-off, looking for his own goal in the playoffs to pull us back down by 1. He just ran looking and he didn't find anyone open. Niederreiter lost that one. Here comes Steele. Steele in the rush. Oh, he just had that one crashing bang, and it's now back over to Kupari with a big save by Hellebuck. Dialed in focusedly. I felt like that this was coming. He felt like he's energized. He's doing really well. Back shot. He scores! What a great ricochet. That'll be 2 goals in the playoffs for Oscar Clark.
He now has 3. I don't know how that will change. But that really did out of way too late. I'm not sure how that will change. Until then, this will pass on. Listen to Oscar Bob and fight against his next goal. That's 3 in the playoffs.
They're down by 1. Looking for a new game in Game 4 at Royal Village Park. Still have a lot of time there, but the right one able to line it up to get a close range and equalize.
Bing bang.
I think we'd love to see that. I think that might be a great choice. Webb Johnson again to Hicks. Pass to Jason Robertson. He'll slow things down to Lindell, again to Johnston. But behind the pass to Harley as he rolls to Johnston again to Lindell. Lindell pass to Johnston. The cube over to Harley. The pass to Lindell again to Jason Robertson. One time for Lindell on the shot. Carried in the rebounding. Didn't think it was going to be enough for Johnston. He waited too long and he knows that the goaltender inside. Good blocker save by Jake Ottington.
Hey, second goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Scored by number 10, Oscar.
Harley will swing it to Hicks.
Assisted by number 11, Logan Stankoven.
Gives it to Brandon.
And by number 44, Cody
And now it's the back change over right toward the wall.
Time to goal, 8:40 remaining in the third period. Oscar Bach, his second goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game assisted by Logan Stankoven and Cody CC in the third period at 8:40 in the playoffs.
Lindell. Here's one time for Bishop. Off and blocked. Rebound by Jason Robertson. Hicks keeps his time rolling in. Needs to save some room. And that one missed out. Nansikov will send it over to Velarde, again to Morrissey. Good poke check here by Leon Michel. Lindell rolls it in. Goes right behind the net, and now this will give over in the corner range. Back to Lindell. Lindell to Michel. Lindell outside. Good range to Matt Duchesne. Duchesne finding Michel. Here's another one to Lindell. Again to Brandon shot. That save by Connor Alba. He'll cover it in with only 9:24 remaining. Big shots on goal. 41 over 30 face-off wins for the Stars and 111 over 36. That's so many shots to give in here. But they wanted to do some more timing because there's a lot of shot opportunities for the Dallas Stars. They need to clear things out and they need to do some passing again. This effectiveness won't kill that part. Yeah, they did. I mean, they really have to do it for their own range to keep that tight. What they don't need to do is they have to play it again. To do it the right timing and in the correct way. Just think about it. And Jamie Benn will take over now, finding to Bichelle over to Dumba and Bourque the outway. Pass to Dumba. Dumba. Pass to Bichelle. And it gets back over to Bourque. Leaves the zone out. Rebound by Bichelle. And rebound by Bourque. He will send it to Dumba. Dumba waits the corner. He gets the dang of that shot. Almost went in and then went behind the back. He covers it up with another huge save by Connor Alba. The win for Sam Steele. He wants to stake him in. What a save! Steele can't get the rebound in to tie it up. He just went out too soon. That almost would have made it in there. I thought that Sam Steele would have had this good goal away. He got to get it clear. Sam Steele rolls to Dumba. Dumba chance to Stankoven. Stankoven. Boy in on the shot. Backhander side made. With the shot, he stopped it again. Connor Hellebuck is still shutting it down to close it out.
This is what happens with Connor Hellebuck. You don't see that going? Then that's what happened with Connor Hellebuck. He stays down. That's a great move. Goaltenders do that. They make that one break quickly. And he just cocks that one up. Man, that's the wildest save we've ever been doing.
A lot of a line here at 12:32 over 2:30 time on attack for the Stars. Near the 8-minute mark, Sam Steele looking for another face-off win. And this time, that's 2 in a row for Sam Steele. He has it over. Here comes Oscar Bach, finding to Bichelle. Bichelle, Bach, toward middle, reached and saved by Connor Hellebuck as it's back to Dylan Sandberg. Rolls the other way. Here come the Jets. Bichelle stops it. Right toward the other way, he will give it back over to Oscar Bach. Watching in, Bach tried to get the Logan Stankoven, but he stops that one for Bach, and he gets to Matthew Dumba. Kicks over to Logan Stankoven, and back outside Rupins again on Harley. Harley, bullseye shot, rebound it is, keep it out. Bach over it again to Dumba. Reaches out to Hintz, back to Bach. Bach sends it over to Dumba. Dumba looking for a close game to near the 5-minute mark. Bach. Good stick lift here for the Jets. This will keep alive to Thomas Harley around the net, and Stankoven is right behind the cage. Needs some big room here to give it over to Bach. With the spill, he keeps it alive. Logan Stankoven behind the net. Needs some changes to Gintz. Pinch shot, pat save by Connor Hellebuck. Now he will roll over to Toninato. Toninato hasn't looked for his goal yet. Pat save by Ottinger. This really has to give out a huge effort to energize a boost. This timing is just not an easy way to get it in. You really have to change it up. Everything they done. Vladislav Lansikoff. Lindo with the puck in. Round the back, Harley. Over now in the center, gives it to Gintz. Gintz running out of stamina, doesn't have nowhere to go. And Hintz will now give to Harley. It looks like Hintz will have to sit out of the bench if the puck goes out of the zone. Harley. Here's the set to Marchman. Left save by Hellebuck. This will stop and play with only 6:12 remaining in the third period. Lot of a line left here. 75 over 62 total hits here. Matthew Duchesne is up and ready. Now to win for the Jets. Vladislav Namsikov trying to keep it out. And again to Kyle Connor. Good take by Matt Duchesne. He's over now to Miguel Granlund. Trying to watch it offside for the Stars, and Namsikov rolls it the other way. Rolls right toward it in the zone. Stopped by Cody Ceci on the bumping wall. Over to Duchesne. Here he comes, Duchesne! Rolls in, saved by Hellebuck. Off to Ceci. Here's Granlund. Blocked and covered. Rebound by Marchman. Smith rolls again to Ceci. And Granlund can't get it over. And it's rebound by Kyle Connor. Connor rolls it off. The shot redirects wide, right toward wing. In the corner is Namsikov. Trying to go over it. Back save made by Ottinger. Duchesne slows this down. Doesn't want to take the time effort. Hellebuck. Timing went too soon by Granlund, and it's now rolled to Namsikov. Here's Robertson. Trying to go for the unstoppable force, but it still won't go in. We are down to a final 5 minutes presented by Discover in the third, and there will be icing on the Jets. Lots of energy here back in the Jets territory. 4-3, looking to tie it. In game 4, here's Morrissey. DeVille sets it to Niederreiter. Watching from outside zone. Niederreiter. Right toward wall. Great hit by the Stars. No penalty given on a cross-checking. He done the right thing. There you go. That's what the crossing does. Just give some timing, a little tapping. Lindell outside. Here's one to Robertson shot. Away from the target angle, and it's rebounded by Hellebuck. Robertson kicks back to Harley. Harley shoots. Blocker saved by Hellebuck. Watching inside. The moment is waiting on here. Appleton. Broken up. 4Q takes over. 4Q in the middle. The pass broken up by Kyle Connor. Ehlers sticked it up. Lindell gives over to Danilov, and he now have it again to Harley. Harley knocked that one loose. Here comes Perfetti. Glove saved by Ottinger. He'll stop in here with under 4 minutes remaining in the third. As we'll get ready for another puck drop, here are the next games coming up as we have our next take in. The Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights back at Rogers Place. That coverage game will start at 8 p.m. on the next game. Keep your eyes on a swivel here. After the NBA crossover is complete, we'll have one game on the other side as the Oilers will rematch again the Golden Knights. The current leading series is the Golden Knights 2-1 over the Edmonton Oilers. If they tie the series, then they'll be having to head over to Game 5 if necessary. That'll be all the games here, only on Summit Beast. Never miss a moment by subscribing to my channel, and you'll get tons of notifications right on your phone and your device. After a big down, here comes Namsikov. Lindell has a lot of room, and he'll try to stay and put. A lot of energy here, and he will now have it again to Harley. 3:30 remaining, he's over to Granlund. Granlund slows it down. wants to change it over. That back pass. Back to Dumba. No penalty. Give it over to backhander. Block shot. Ball cue outside. Over to Bichelle. Here's Grand Lane shot. Blocked by Stanley. He can't get it over that point. Perfetti. Shot in. Saved by Ottinger. Ottinger's going to hold it in with only 3:02 remaining in the third. Who had a better night of the game? I will say the Ultra Beast. Well, it says now, but Connor Hellebuyck is making the dial in the perfect way. The perfect ability doesn't really stand out that tall. It really has been showing off ever since that game. And without afterwards from Mark Philly, the snipe zone will try to regroup and get back into play. It gets easier to change it off. A lot of goals in the kit, 78/68. The Dallas Stars working it off to keep a tying from gaming from score to score. Now Hintz wins the face-off. CC right over down again to Smith. Smith going for two, blocked the shot, rebounded by Nyfellow. Stopping from center ice is Jason Robertson. Robertson's back in the offense zone. He will give it to Rupens. Rupens will send it over. Here's a chance now to CC. And over to Johnston. Backhander. Rebound by Hintz. Saved by Hellebuyck. Rolls to Smith again to CC. CC rolls again to Smith. Back to Johnston. Back over to CC. CC. And there is no penalty to give out for the Stars. On a power play, they still got it stopped again. Rebound by Robertson. No offside on the Stars team. Rebound by CC. Here's Smith. Climbing in. Pat save. Rebound by Tornado. And now he rolls to Nyfellow. Gustafsson rolling outside. And he now will have it in. The stop and play now gives it over to Robertson. Time wasting down. Johnston will give it to CC. CC on the rush. He rolls it into the hit. Pass. Back to Smith. Shot. Glove save by Hellebuyck. 1:33 remaining in the third period. They'll have that one stopped in out of the zone. This might be close enough to keep things in. So the Stars may have to end things up in Game 4 if they tie it up and head to overtime. We'll see how well they do. Past the 90-second mark in the third period, they'll get ready for another puck drop. 47/34 face-off wins. They may have a chance to do it. Duchesne wins the face-off. Fires glove save. Won't be enough. And back to Duchesne. Here's Lindell. Right toward the range. In. This one stayed out. Mason Northman. Harley. Fires. Scores! Midtown Raymond. I got two words for you. New game. There is one. Midtown Raymond. He makes a stop. Near about 40 minutes in the third. Now he's back. Another quick reception, you've got to look at this one. This is what happened to Cal Franklin. He rolled that one out of the side of it, and he just ripped it. Ricocheting right through the net, and he really had that one coming back in. Now it's a 5-game, 4-4.
So the comeback run. Oh, man. Well, you got a point for you. The Bill Bradley just
Bing,
made a
bang.
save today, and they want to save some time because they wanted to do something to save up the boost. He might go for overtime. You never know how that's going to change. Let's hope they can do it.
Here's a set to Graham.
1 minute left in the third period.
Saved by Hellebuyck with under a minute remaining in the third. This is a big comeback rally, and now if they just keep it tying, they'll be sending off to overtime. Duchesne right over to
Dallas
Rebound shot, going for a lead, and stopped by Sandberg. Pionk will try to
His
clear
fourth
that one
goal in
out.
the playoffs,
Kyle
first
Connor
goal
with
of
a
the
new
game,
chance.
score by number
To
64.
take the lead, Velarde. No penalty given here by the Stars, and looks like the Jets are going to be able to
Assisted
make
by
that
number
one out.
55,
Extra
Thomas
skating going for the
Harley.
Stars. They will keep moving. And here's Benny shot. Blocked it up. Marchman will send it to
Time
Harley.
to goal.
Gets the
18:46
40
remaining in the
seconds down
third.
mark.
Miguel Granlund his third goal of the playoffs, assisted by
Winning the
Thomas
time
Gurley.
down.
And
They
Mason
wanted to give
Birchman
it
in the
to
third
Granlund this
period
time.
at
Keep the penalty
18:46
going.
in the
Harley will take things over
playoffs.
with under 90 seconds. And a shot stopped on the play, and Nancy comes to the penalty box.
Winnipeg penalty number 7, 2 minutes for
There's
slashing.
no change effort. That slashing is going to make that one worse. Not really seeing anything? Nope. We won't change it out.
That's a penalty kill for Winnipeg, presented by TXU Energy. Your Dallas Stars are on the power play. Winnipeg penalty number 7, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 44 seconds in the third period. That's a penalty on Winnipeg Jets. Valencia Devsikov, number 7, for 2 minutes slashing. Time of penalty, 44 seconds in the third period of the playoffs.
It's all even up. Both teams did a great
And that's
job
the end of
in
regulation. Both teams are
but the
tied.
next
Your Dallas
goal
Stars
may come
4
for the win.
and Winnipeg Jets 4.
Granlund, the superstar factor, goes back in to call it off. We got overtime for you, so get ready. Grab your snacks, get your drinks on, because overtime is next after this. Alright, what a great comeback race this is, but before we take a moment to start OT, let's have a look at the statistics scores from the penalty and some shotgun goals between the Jets and the Stars. And now let's have the thoughts here for game number 4, as for the Stars and the Jets are all tied in 4. Over to you, dear Paintbrush. What do you think, and who do you think is going to win in OT with the best goal in the chain? I'm going to say Dallas Stars have been working it off really well. I mean, you know, I've never seen anything like this. The only thing that's happy to be here is all the Stars fans. They just came back in the second period and the third period even after that first period shutdown, they just came back in. They really have to try everything. With all that work, it doesn't get off that one clean. You never know how it's going to change afterwards, because Mikael Granlund got a great hero of the game, and that was almost just a minute left to remain in the third period. I never seen how that's going to change. All you know for is just how hard you can play it afterwards. Just really got to try to train it off, and just try to do this again and again. Now what you say is that Dallas Stars might go for the win, and if they do, they'll face against the winning team between the Vegas Golden Knights or the Oilers. Alright, thank you very much. And what my take is? Yeah, sure, go ahead. I'm going to say the Stars too, because they really want to beat out the Canadian team. Nobody agrees they want Canadian team to beat over the American team in Game 4. I'm not letting that happen. Good. You always on the good side there, Silver Spoon. Always. Thank you. Got a good ally in you. Not to not see what you're looking for on the Jets. They always got a little bit of a dangling short afterwards. Nobody cares for that. Alright, let's send you back over to the center ice, Senate Beast. We have yours in. We're ready to kick things off and ready to go. This overtime in the game of the Stanley Cup playoffs is presented by your local Honda dealers. Overtime starts now. Let's roll. We are ready. Overtime set. We are on and ready. This is overtime of the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports, presented by the local Honda dealers. We are off and ready as the power play continues for the Stars. Johnson now gets to Harley. He will send it over to Duchesne. He will roll things off. Gives a new line change. Johnson gives it over to Robertson. Here's Harley. The fire rate shot. Who the rebound by Duchesne? Saved by Hellebuck. Dylan DeMello will send it over to Sandberg, and he'll clear that zone out of here the other way. Harley back the other way. He'll now swing to Jason Robertson. The give and go to Duchesne, and he'll reset it again to Johnston. Johnston gives it over to Harley. The swing to Johnston. Here's Duchesne, fires it. Pat, easy save by Connor Hellebuck. Clear that zone. And now Wade Johnston will have the appearance. Will fire that one around the net. Harley swings to Robertson. He'll swing it over again to Duchesne. Duchesne got a piece of it. Blue line changes. Logan Stankoven. Blue pants. Here's for a kill shot. Up and high over the net and rebounded by Robertson. Big stop by Hellebuck. They're in the 32nd mark in the Dallas Stars power play. It'll be 18:47 in OT of the game. Now the win for Granlund. Stankoven. Again to Bourque. He'll send it to Marchman. Fires a ring. What a stop by Hellebuck. He'll stop things in to get ready for another puck drop. Still no games of lead off to win as they're still tied up. But they need to do something. I mean, they got to get over this at the right time. This is what they need to do for. Don't give up. Neil Pionk settling deep over to Mason Appleton. Appleton blocked it up by Mason Marchman. He knocked him over. Here's Jamie Benn. Going to give it to Mikael Granlund. Shot stopped by Connor Hellebuck. Timing's down. Benn, he scores! It's a win. Bang, bang. Dallas Stars wins the series. Let's go streaking. They beat the Canadian team.
And up again! Your final score! Dallas Stars! Winnipeg Jets 4. Stars win this series!
Big Hero makes a great win and beats over the Jets. Now they've done it and all the hard work pays off. We've all been happy. Why don't we give us a look to the fans for their hard dedication as they advance to the conference finals?
First goal in the game, score in the power play number 14, Jamie Benn. Time in OT goal, 18 minutes, 19 seconds in OT.
Well, that's it for now. Along my broadcast partner, along with Clover and Ultra Beast and Wood Spoony, I'm Simon Beast. Hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you for watching and good night. See ya. Alright, thank you so much, Son of Beast, and it's an always amazing win for the Dallas Stars as they beat the Winnipeg Jets. Here are the standings. The third star player of the game is unknown, but Miguel Granlund's got the goal, and he makes that one with the hero of the game. And then your first star player of the game goes to Connor Hellebuck with 135 saves of the game. The third star was an overtime winner, Jamie Benn. With one goal of the game, he made that one an unbelievable moment as he changed it all with everything that they did. Now as this moment appears, it won't change the like of happening around that game. Because this moment was making a harder game to go by, their game wasn't easy enough. They will now have to change it up to get to game 4. I really love that one. You know what, Silver Spoon? Let's go dancing and finish this game for the Dallas Stars. I would know that. I would just love it to see this one play back-to-back games in regular season. Me too, me too. Here's how I look at the total statistics. 140/42 total shots on goal for Dallas Stars. 85/75 hits for the Winnipeg Jets. 1525/256 for Dallas Stars. 92/84 passing percentage of the Winnipeg Jets. And it was 52-36 on Dallas Stars, but they made their way. 8-minute penalty kills was on both teams. 1 power play goal made for Stars with only 7:57, and 2 power play goals were made with only 6:09. The number Canadian team goes down, and there's only one more left on the other side on the Western Conference. And that means the only Canadian team left is the Edmonton Oilers. We'll see them tomorrow night here at 9 p.m. Well, they won't have to judge on that, and the Stars can take a day off in the conference finals, and they will wait for its winning adventure next on its way as they'll start their home game to play against the next team in between the winning of the Golden Knights or the Edmonton Oilers. We'll see how this changes and then get it back in the groove. Anyways, we're wrapping things up. Thank you all for watching the doubleheader of the game. And it's been a very long one afterwards. Talk about that. We'll see you all next time for a while as the NHL 25 of the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports Style. This is Silver Spoon, and along with me and Paintbrush, you've been watching the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Good night, everybody. So long in Dallas.
If you don't, somebody will.